Alright, so this is the problem solving reflection video. So the whole purpose of the problem solving model is to use data-based information in order to identify and analyze why problems are happening and what we can do to solve them. So these models help to identify individual student needs, and then we create interventions to implement that address these needs. But we use data collection for every step of the way. So the first step is problem identification. So why is the problem happening? And what is the problem? So it could be happening across settings. Is it happening at school? Is it happening at home? Who's seeing the concerns? Is the parent seeing concerns? Is the teacher seeing concerns? And you also want to identify their current level of performance compared to expected level of performance. So are they below average in reading, writing, or math? And what is their expected level of performance for their age and grade level? You then want to take baseline data in order to see how big the gap is or how intense the problem is. So taking baseline data is a great way to find out what is happening. The next step is problem analysis, which is finding out why is it happening. So you create a hypothesis and you do your RIOT, which is your review, interview, observe, and test information. So that's a lot of data to take during that stage. Your hypothesis should follow the problem identification stage of when is it happening. So you want to follow why is it happening. Kind of dig deep and see what's going on as to what the problem is, and kind of get thinking into what kind of data can we get and what goals can we implement to help the child. The next stage after problem analysis is the intervention implementation. So we come up with an intervention plan to address a goal. So we find out, does the intervention plan address the goal? And this goal you want to be measurable and observable so that you can collect data on it. You want it to be very clear and concise. Let me see. And you want to close the gap between current and desired performance. Okay, the last stage is the plan evaluation stage. So it is used to determine whether or not the intervention has resulted in a reduction in the performance gap and a resolution of the problem. So has there been an increase in expected levels of performance and a decrease in the current level of performance? So are we closing the gap between the child's struggles and the child's expected level of performance? So if the plan was successful, so if you did help to close the gap and see improvement in the student's academics, you can decrease the intensity of the intervention. So you can kind of fade out the intervention little by little, or you can just continue the intervention completely if you feel that the student has mastered that goal. If the plan was not successful, you want to kind of go back through your cycle and start at the problem identification stage and make sure that the correct problem was identified, and then kind of go back through the cycle, because they do fall into one another step by step.